Oh, what's going on, guys? I know it's been a couple weeks. Been pretty busy here and there with things going on. Been meaning to get over here. It's a whole lot of stuff I missed. Didn't get a chance to mention. But I am back today. And today I have a video about something. This is more personal, really, instead of current events. This is more about, I would say, fake friends or people disguising themselves as friends. And then they're, basically trying to use you for whatever they can until they don't need to use you anymore, and then they just basically turn a cold shoulder to you or try to keep using you for whatever. And how to realize that. So basically, to get into the story, I have a dude that I knew. Anybody who knows me knows I was very prevalent in the hip-hop scene in Baltimore, especially around, I want to say, the 2008 2009 era. Like, I pretty much, with those 2 years, was pretty much, basically performing, doing shows, battles, recording music, putting music out, jumping on mixtapes, a whole bunch of different stuff, man. It was a lot of fun. I met a lot of people doing it. Had a whole lot of females at the time through it, so it was cool. Met a cat, which I usually do, if I meet a cat that can spit, I'll put him down with the squad or whatever. I'll put him down with the scene, let him know what's up and who to talk to, who's who in the scene, introduce him to cats. Different dudes that you need to know in Baltimore in order to do that kind of thing. So me being me, I hear this guy rapping. He's in my lobby or where I used to live at, and dude was nice. So I'm like, yo, that's pretty dope. Let me get that demo or whatever you got right there. He let me hear some music, some more music. Shit was solid. So I said, yo, shit, man, let me get your number, man. We can definitely do a show or whatever like that, or I can put you down. So boom, we do that. I introduced him the same day to some cats that I knew that spit, and they all fuck with him. So that's what it was. So over the years, basically I was cool with this cat for a minute. So like, I want to say the following year, we had been hanging out and talking to girls together, all that other stuff, the young dudes do, just going out there and just having a good time, enjoying the world for what it was. And then dude ended up getting kicked out of his mom's house. Dude didn't have his own place at the time. So he says, man, yo, I just got kicked out of my house, man. I'm not getting along with my stepdad, this and that. So I never really asked him any specific details. But, basically dude said, I got somewhere I can stay, but the dude I want to stay with lives with his mom too. So I can't really have the freedom to bring girls through. I'm like, bro, I got my own spot. We cool. You can go ahead and crash on my couch for as long as you need until you get back on your feet. Dude was like, really? I'm like, yeah, man, just come on, man, do your thing, man. Ain't no big deal. It's just like having a homie around, Shit was cool. Dude came over. He basically stayed. He stayed for about a year, I want to say. Ended up getting himself. Before we skip to that part, when he came, he brought over an Xbox with some games and some other attachments for the Xbox. The subscription still intact. What else did he bring? A bunch of clothes and stuff like that too, of course. So everything was cool. Dude stayed over there. We watched football together, man. We went out on weekends. It was dope. It was pretty cool to have a homie around, because I never had a brother. I always wanted a brother. So like, dude was like the brother I never really had at the time. So I guess, that's the way I saw that shit. So it was dope. So I mean, he ended up getting back on his feet. Now at the time, keep in mind, he didn't have a job. So that's why I told him, stay as long as you need till you get back on your feet, and everything's cool. So he ended up getting a job about a year later, a solid job. So as a result of that, when he got that job, eventually he got his own spot and he moved. Now when he moved, he took the clothes with him. And I think he didn't have a car, so you can't like take but so much stuff on the bus down to the bus stop. So I didn't have the time to drive him back and forth because I worked. So basically what happened was, yeah, dude, he went out and did his thing, whatever, got his own spot, and he took his clothes with him. Now he left his Xbox at my crib. So I think a couple weeks go by, he's like, yo, I need to get over there and get my Xbox, and I left a backpack over there too. I'm like, okay, I mean, whenever you want to do your thing. He's like, yo, but I don't really have a TV at the moment, so there's really no need to be getting an Xbox. I don't have a TV anyway right now. So I was like, all right, well, cool. You can just, if you want, you can just leave it here or whatever you want to do until you get, whatever you got to get where you need to be. So dude was like, all right, that's a bet. So some time goes by and dude hits me up like, yo, we still hanging out and shit is cool. Never heard no complaining at all. So dude was like, yeah, I still need to get my Xbox, but I don't have a TV. But I'm thinking about just saying fuck it, and you want to buy it? I'm like, well shit, I already played the motherfucker anyway. It's sitting in my house. Yeah, I play it. So fuck it, how much you want for it? Told me $300. So I give him $300 for everything. So with that said, give him the $300. Everything's cool. The next thing that basically happened with that situation was he had bought some studio equipment, I think about months later, because he ended up getting his money or whatever, stacking his chips. So he got some equipment. So I'm like, yo, you mind if I come over there and record some stuff? So he was like, he was reluctant at first, but he let me record. I think it was like 2 tracks, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like 2 tracks. It might have been 3. Can't remember exactly. But, you know, tracks weren't long. They weren't complex to record. They were very simple songs. So he let me record like maybe 2 to 3 joints, and that was what it was. So I hit him up again later on, like, yo, I need to come back and do like maybe 3 more joints. You know, just, you got me or whatever. He's like, yo, I need you to pay me studio time if you want to get more tracks done. I'm like, okay, how much? You gave me a price. Well, I'm not really interested in doing just 3 songs. I'd rather just do like, you know, a set number of songs for a set price. So I'm like, yo, this is new, because, you know, I'm not one to count favors, but like, yo, when you were standing on my couch, I told you you could stay as long as you needed to, and I didn't charge you a dime. But I feel like I feel some kind of way about you telling me I gotta pay you and shit to do 3 fucking extra tracks. Maybe it's just me, whatever. So I'll let the shit go and get my shit done somewhere else. I had to pay anyway, so fuck it. I got my shit done elsewhere, professional quality. So what happened was, a little later on, there was a battle up in New Jersey. And this is maybe, I think this is 2010 when this happened. I'm pretty sure this is 2010. Yeah, so there's a battle up in New Jersey where a certain amount of MCs from each state is allowed to participate. They had me and another cat from here, and then they had some cats from DC, and then I think there was a couple cats from VA, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly. That was supposed to show up that didn't. So with that said, yeah, I was like, yo, I'm gonna try to, I told my man, I was like, yo, I'm gonna try to get you in, man, because, you know, it is what it is. You my boy, whatever. He was like, all right, cool, but I don't have any money to stay up there at the, you know, at the hotel. I'm like, all right, don't worry about the money, man. I'd rather just have you around and shouldn't have you get in a battle, because it's good exposure for us, you know, 2 MCs from Baltimore, and I'd rather have you, you know, just go ahead and just be in the joint. So he was like, all right, bet, get him in. We go up there, ain't charging for gas or none of that shit, because he said he ain't had the money for it. Alright? We go up there and shit, have a good time, everything's dope. Drinks, all that shit on me. Everything on me. Food, all that shit. Now keep in mind, again, I'm not a dude to count favors, because I'm not that kind of person. But like, yo, if I'm doing some shit for you, you best believe I'm going to know I'm doing it for you. I'm not just going to keep being somebody that's giving. Then when I need something small, you can't do shit. Like, and like, again, if it's a situation where you don't have it or whatever, then I understand that. But if it's a situation where you just won't do it for whatever reason, to me, that's a WTF. That don't make no sense. So, you know, later on, I think later on that year, we go out to a bar and shit. So this dude ends up going with me and shit. I drop my keys off in my big coat down at his house. We catch a cab, go down to the bars. And I'm like, yo, before we leave, I need to get my keys from your house, because I have my car parked basically on the side road. I think it was on the side road, if I'm not mistaken. And if I leave it there overnight, they got in Baltimore certain times you can't leave your car parked certain places because it'll get towed. So with that said, we go ahead and head down to the bar. I meet up with my ex, and you know, I'm talking to my ex, trying to see what's up with her, for real. He over there doing his thing. So I call him about like half hour later. I don't see him. Like, yo, where you at? No answer. Call him again. No answer. He calls me about maybe 45 minutes later. What's up? I'm like, yo, where you at, man? Yeah, I'm home, man. I'm like, you home? Bro, I need to get my keys out your crib. It's like negative 20 degrees outside, man. I ain't trying to walk a half hour to go to your house and freeze my nuts off to get my keys. My big coat is at your house. He's like, oh, well, you dipped off with your ex. I thought this and that. I was like, yo, but you know my keys at your crib. Like, yo, you had my number. So like, if you had a question, you should have hit me up before you left, bro. You just gonna leave me out there, motherfucker? So I gotta catch a cab down to his crib, get my keys, get my whip, and dip. So, all right. I'm like, all right, well, maybe that was my fault for not saying something before I dip off with my ex, whatever. And I always try to find light in these situations and try to put myself at fault for some reason to make excuses for people. Because I always try to, like, just assume the best in people. But that ain't always the case. So, with that said, later on, he ends up leaving another friend of mine out DC, and we're from Baltimore. That's an hour drive. He left this dude out DC and went back home. Now, keep in mind, at that time, I think he had a rental car or something, or I can't remember if he had a rental or if he had a ride or some shit like that. But circumstances happened. He ended up leaving the cat out DC. Fucked up. Not only did it happen once, he left the same cat out DC a second time with another dude that I was cool with. So it became a pattern with this guy. Like, yo, I thought you supposed to be a bro, yo, and you like doing people like this? So recently we gotten into a big debate because he's one of them people, again, he always expects you to do some shit for him, but when it's time for him to reciprocate, he ain't trying to do it. So I'm like, yo, I really don't feel like I have to do anything for you because that's how you carry it, so that's how I carry it now. And, you know, that's just been what it was, and that's just worked out for me the last couple of years. So he was like, yo, but I think you're holding a grudge. I don't hold no grudge against you because you stole my Xbox. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You told me that Xbox was $300 goddamn dollars and I gave you the fucking money. That's what you told me. You told me it was 300 bucks. I gave you the money for the Xbox. You got the money, and now you're telling me I stole your Xbox? The fuck are you talking about? Then it would piss me off, really royally piss me off. He said that shit in front of another friend of mine, and the friend of mine believed that shit because another friend of mine left some glasses at my goddamn house that looked identical to the glasses I had. I assumed they were my goddamn glasses. So I wore them. And he was like, yo, those are my glasses. I'm like, nah, these are mine. He was like, yo, nah, I left my glasses at your house. Those are mine. So I'm like, you sure? Well, how can you tell? So he's like, oh, see this sticker right here? Oh, shit, that is yours. My bad. Gave him his glasses, whatever. No big deal. But, like, he's making it seem like I stole his fucking glasses. So I say, you know what, man, fuck you. When you get back to Baltimore, do move to Cali and shit. He's supposed to be making all kinds of moves. And I think the other dude that I'm cool with is buying all that shit. Because I know this guy's, he's one of them people that basically are front like they have a certain amount of things going on when actually in actuality they probably don't. But he's pretty much buying into the whole thing because for whatever reason. So I told this dude, yo, I don't fuck with him no more, yo, fuck him. I blocked him on social media. I blocked his asshole, deleted his number everywhere. I'm like, yo, fuck this guy. Don't talk to me about this motherfucker. And you better watch it too, because he gonna fuck around and manipulate you the same way. And you got people out there who like that, man. They claim to be your friends, but they really only in it as long as it benefits them or as long as they don't have to do anything for you. Once you start requesting shit back, motherfuckers start to pull back and act crazy. So with that said, man, what do you guys think about having friends like that, man? Have you ever been in a situation where you had somebody treat you like that and you ended up saying something to them and then it becomes your fault out of nowhere? So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get back in here and get to work. Let me know what you guys feel about the video. Peace.